Here at Vimy Ridge, the Canadians were tasked with capturing the German-held high ground of Hill 145, where the memorial stands. But first we're going to explore the underground tunnels here. Tunnelling began here in 1915 and continued until 1917. They were used to store ammunition, protect soldiers and provide communication lines. These trenches at Vimy are a preserved section of the Allied front line. They are rebuilt with concrete sandbags and they are located in the same positions as the original trenches. In between the Allied and German front line is the cratered scarred section of no man's land. In some places, that distance is only 25 metres apart. Because it's 5:30 or just after 5:30, we thought we needed to find a park up, didn't we? So we're heading a little bit further away from Vimy Ridge to a place called Notre-Dame de Lorette, if that's how you pronounce it. And there's a big cemetery and there's a ring of remembrance where it's got every single name of every single Allied troop that fought in the First World War, and it's massive. We've been to it before, but we'll have a little look at it again. But for now we're going to find a park up and have a bit of a rest and get our heads down. And in the morning we'll probably look at the cemetery at morning, won't we?
Probably.
And then we'll head on back to Vimy Ridge.
That cemetery, huge.
Oh, hang on a minute, you can't really see that there. I had it facing me, but it's a massive, don't know how that's going to turn out. So yeah, it's been a hot day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's 23 now. It was up to 31 the other day.
Yeah, it's 23 degrees. It was up to something like 31 degrees earlier today. Oh, it takes it out of you. So let's find this park up. It's nice actually there, isn't it? Right, not got a microphone on, James.
Okay.
So we've arrived at this park up and I'll show you around in a second. It's gonna, well, it's not cooking, it's making some kind of tapas thingy bob, aren't you?
We've got salami, vine tomatoes, which are gorgeous. Those of olives, I just think one of yours. And peppers. Oh, I've got some sausage and some camembert.
Camembert. Cool. Oh, and we've got some French bread, haven't we? This French bread. So I'll just have a quick scoot round here, but we'll go through this. Well, it is, I know. But what we'll do is we'll have a look round this cemetery tomorrow. I'll show you this side. I'm not getting out of the car now. There we go. Sun setting. Very nice, and I'm sure all these cars will go, because it looks like they're here to visit this thing that's the other side. Oh, there's a shut door. And have a look round here. So there we are. That's Notre-Dame de Lorette. It's a cemetery as well, World War I. And it looks like there's an awful lot of French graves there. So we're going to have a look around that in the morning, bright and early. And then we will definitely go to Vimy Ridge. And there's a few more cemeteries that I need to visit. Some more family members that I need to lay poppy crosses at their graves. And then after that, we'll be going up towards Belgium. We'll be going into Belgium. I don't know if we'll do that tomorrow or the day after, but at some point we'll be going up into Belgium. So we're going to have something to eat now and get our heads down. You alright there?
I'm fine. Oh no, that's the 6 watts.
Oh no, well, the sun's going down, isn't it?
No, it's gone behind the tree. That's
I guess we'll catch you in the morning then. Well, good morning. We spent the night in that car park and we're now at Notre-Dame de Lorette. And there's quite a lot of graves here, so we're going to have a little look around there and probably go into the church if we can. So
I don't think we can. I'm not sure.
I think you can go in the church.
Oh no, it's a tower you can't
It's a tower you can't go in.
That's right.
So we were here last time, we were here
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. So it's quite poignant. Well, they all are really.
Aren't they?
It's just mind-blowing when you see all the graves, all the French graves here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you know, we see the First World War, the Somme, as an English battle, but it's only English with just one contingent. And you've got to remember, not only did the French lose at least as many as more, actually, than the British, but also civilians, because people were fighting over people's homeland.
Yeah, and well, a lot of that was down Verdun as well, weren't it? We went to Verdun
2 years ago.
2 years ago, but we're not going this time. So anyway,
We've done enough driving.
yeah, shall we go and have a little look?
Yeah.
Come on.
The Notre-Dame de Lorette National Cemetery is located in the town of Albain-Saint-Nazaire and is a home to the remains of soldiers who died for France during the Battle of Artois from 1914 to 1918. As of 1919, the site emerged as a symbolic location where all bodies of French soldiers killed in Flanders Artois should be buried. This small cemetery was built in 1915 and was expanded gradually from 1920. Since 1920, it accommodates the bodies of French troops from more than 150 cemeteries on the Artois, Yzeure graves and the Belgian fronts. Covering an area of 25 hectares, the cemetery holds over 40,000 bodies, half of which are in individual graves, and the other half are divided into 7 ossuaries. It's France's largest national cemetery. Some foreign soldiers, Belgian, Romanian and Russian, were also buried there. French soldiers killed in World War I were also buried there. Amongst the graves you can find the grave of a father and his son who died on the battlefield in 1915 and 1918. 6 other graves hold the bodies of a father killed in World War I and a son killed in World War II. French chose to have a few very large cemeteries rather than like the British who had them dotted around. I think we better get in there before all these school kids go in, don't you?
Yeah, come on then. Do you want to go in the church first?
Well, yes.
I think so. The thing is with these places, it attracts lots of school kids, which is good.
I'm not sure if we can film in the church at all, actually.
Well, we'll see. So, we're allowed to film in here, but we're going to keep really quiet. because it's quite a sacred place. It's absolutely beautiful, stunning. There's so many names, French names on these walls.
Even the confessional's very, very different from the others we've seen as well.
Yeah. So many French names on these walls here.
I know.
Look at that.
I don't know if the names on the walls are some unknown soldiers rather than something else.
I'm not entirely sure whether it's... it could be the unknown, yeah.
But I'm sure there's more unknown than just these few names on here.
I'm going to light a candle.
Yeah.
It's €1. I think I love that one.
Conscious honesty box.
Well, you will put euro in. We're in a sacred place, so I think it's only right to do it.
I don't know how. Do you just put it like that, just like that? I don't know if that's the best place. Put it over here. I don't know what difference it is.
There we go. We've lit a candle. Are we remembering everyone? We're going to remember everyone, aren't we?
How do you mean?
Well, everyone. Everyone who took part.
Well, of course. Yeah,
Everyone who fought and
well, we
in
pay
the
respects
war.
to the German cemeteries that we encounter as well, don't we?
Yeah. Now, I did say that I wouldn't shout in this place, so... And I'm just hearing a lot of people coming in shouting.
They're not shouting, the voices are just quite echoey.
Well, it is echoey, but I just didn't feel it would be right to shout in this kind of place.
They're not shouting, they're just talking, really. It just happens to be that they're...
Oh, they're not even in.
It's just the acoustics of the place.
Yeah.
I don't think they're talking loudly at all.
Have you seen the organ pipes up there?
Impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, but that sounds amazing in here. So you've signed the book.
There's obviously not many English visitors. There's one a few pages back from Nottingham, well, a couple, and then Ontario, Canada and Denmark I've seen the last few pages back, but obviously not very many.
So it was stunning in there, wasn't it?
It was.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing colours. And it's free to go in.
Right, these are two of the ossuaries. So it says something like reposing the bodies of 4,563 soldiers unknown, I think that says.
Right.
Reposing.
And you can't go in, obviously.
No.
And why would you anyway? You wouldn't do, would you?
No.
And there's one over here as well.
Yeah, and there must be 4 others dotted around.
But it stretches on for quite a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, it's huge, it's huge.
Right down there.
It said there's 40,000
And
in
it
the
goes
cemetery.
it's beyond the hill back down there. So this one here, this one has
5,649. Somebody's laid a poppy cross.
all in there. Mass grave. So behind me now is the Ring of Remembrance, and we're going to go have a little walk down there and see if we can spot some of the names of our relatives.
It's the fallen. 580,000 names are listed in alphabetical order, no distinction between rank or nationality. Former enemies and friends lie side by side. A list of 294,000 soldiers from the British Empire.
And it literally goes all the way around, right around there and back again, starting with in alphabetical order. So are you going to see if you can find Francata?
Yeah.
Right. We're still on with
It's
B.
frightening.
It's going to take a while. Here he is, at the bottom here, Cecil Frank Carter.
Oh yeah.
There he is,
Yeah.
your father's cousin. And that's on a huge board. And we've just walked where the entrance is.
Right back from there.
Right back there.
When it reached C.
You have to help me up.
Arise. It's okay, really.
So, let's see if we can find some more. We've got a long way to go. And that's the Notre-Dame de Lorette that we've been in. And the ossuary over there. And all these names that we've just looked through. We haven't looked through every single one. It's impossible. Isn't it? So, we've seen a few of the names that we were looking for, but we're going to try and find Dick Thompson because he's the one that I've known about for a long time. We found 3D Thompsons. So, where are we? There's 3D Thompsons there, so it could be any one of them. Would be my great uncle. So now we're heading on towards Vimy Ridge like we said we would do yesterday. So we spent the night near Notre-Dame de Lorette and we've just been to see that. So we're going to go on to Vimy Ridge now and have a look round there. You're covering the memorial up.
I'm not, you are.
So we found ourselves at Vimy Ridge.
Finally.
Finally, after the sat-nav took us all over. But
What are you doing? Trying to keep that in and...
sorry.
I keep moving. Go on.
Anyway, so yet again, this is a high ground. On the 12th of April 1917, Canadians had their victory at this point after something like an intense 4 days of fighting. The Canadians fought alongside the British 5th Infantry Division here against the Germans, and it's a high ground and it's a memorial as well for something like just over 11,000 names etched on this memorial.
That's the soldiers with no known grave.
Yeah. So we'll go take a look around.
Certainly will.
And it's complete with some men doing some work on it. Nothing like ruining your footage.
Yeah, it can't be helped.
Yeah.
Maintenance is necessary.
Yeah, they've got work to do, I expect.
Yeah.
So what we'll have to do is that we'll have to walk up the steps on the other side, won't we? Can't
We
really.
will.
They've put barriers against it.
They may have even put barriers on the other side as well, because if you go up the other side, you can still get to where he's working.
Well, I suppose so. It's a shame, because normally you can go up the steps, can't you?
You can.
I bet it's a good view up there. It's an impressive structure, isn't it?
Very modernistic.
Yeah. And this is one of the figurines here in mourning for the loss. And over there is another one. And these are some of the names on this side. And I think it goes all the way around. Something like just over 11,000. Can't hear me for that noise.
Peace.
Here we go.
Some personal memorials here now. Private Alfred Brodie Swanston died August 11th, 1918. This represents the role of 11,285 Canadians who gave their lives in the Great War, but the site of whose grave is unknown. The whole number of these is 18,283. The names not recorded here are engraved on the memorial arch to the armies of the British Empire at the Menin Gate of Ypres.
That was Vimy Ridge Memorial to the Canadians. So now we're going to head on now to another cemetery, one where there's a relative of mine. I think he's got a grave, he's buried in there, or is it a memorial? I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. But we're going to go to Zouave Valley, or Zouave Military Cemetery. There's that many cemeteries I can never remember what they're called.
Well, I think there's 3,000 cemeteries, British, well, Commonwealth cemeteries on the Somme and in Belgium.
Yep, I think so, something like that. So we're going to head on to this cemetery now. On with the journey.
On with the journey.
We've arrived at Zouave Valley Cemetery, and I'm going to pop across to a relative. How do you work this? Ah, they're all different how you work them. And I found a relative whilst doing my tree, and he has a grave here.
What's the number?
It's plot 11F16.
F, that's right down this way.
Ah, found him. There he is. So this is private 18435, private Herbert Roads. And he died on the 29th of November 1916, and he was in the 7th Battalion of the Canadian Infantry.
How come?
So at some point,
why would that be?
Well, at some point in my tree, some of them emigrated to Canada.
Ah.
So, yep, killed in action, 29th of November 1916, and apparently he had a fair complexion, brown eyes and auburn hair. And that's what I have, isn't it?
You've got brown eyes. Yours more hazily than brown.
Sort of.
Brownish. Yeah?
Anyway.
Yeah.
And he was actually my first cousin, 4 times removed. I bet, to be honest, there isn't that many people that come here because it's quite a tricky road, isn't it, going down?
And then some.
Yeah. I suspect there's not many people that come to visit his grave.
No.
So.
All right, shall we sign the book of condolences, or whatever the term is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
We'll sign the book of condolences now. So there we go. Private Herbert Roads. Rest in peace. Right. There you go. Somebody's come to visit you. And remember you. I think, you know, this trip is more of a personal trip to us, and I think, you know, it's, some people might find this interesting, but it may inspire people to go and search
In their family tree.
for relatives